Hey guys, and welcome back to another YouTube video. In this video we're going through the Richmond vs Essendon game, trying to catch up on my sort of recordings as I am almost a day behind or so, just like two videos behind or so. So just catching them up today, so you may see 4 uploads, and they will range in time from 12 to 3 p.m. upload time. So anyway, before we jump into this video, remember to like and subscribe, turn the notification bell on so you know when I upload, and let's get into this recap. So, as you can see here, Nankervis top scored for Richmond with a clean 100. And yeah, the rucks just seem to, where is Goldstein? Goldstein actually didn't score so well, so it was just Nank that scored well out of the rucks. And he did score 87 in the last 3 quarters, so he did really kick into gear. And I don't know what his exact stats were, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up around that 40 or so hit out marker, as he was, I'm pretty sure, more dominant over Goldstein in the hit outs. If I just quickly have a look at this on my phone here and grab it up here. So he had 44 hit outs to 16, and then Wright also had 8 hit outs, and Samson Ryan had 6. So yeah, he was much more dominant in the hit outs, as well as ending up with 17 touches. Not much mark into tackle work, with only 1 mark, 2 tackles, but job done there for Nankervis with a clean 100. Dusty, 88, thought he had a pretty good start to the game here. You can see he got away 2 free kicks, that doesn't help actually now thinking about it, but 2 handballs, 2 free kicks, and then a goal here in the first term, as well as a little bit more to get him to 21, and then 20 in the second, 20 in the third, as he ended up kicking 3 goals, 2 it looks. Yeah, 3 goals, 2 he ended up kicking, which could have been an absolute bag if he kicked straight in the last quarter. Bolton here got subbed out at halfway through the 4th, I want to say. Steely Green came on. Let's just check when Steely Green came on and scored 29 in about 9 minutes, so he was really good. A lot of kick marks. He just lined up in the centre, to be honest, after Bolton went. They had to sub him out basically because the injury with the concussion protocol. It didn't look like he was going to get back on. I believe there was about 8 minutes left in the game when Shea Bolton went down, and yeah, so there was no point putting him off, because Steely Green came on for him basically, just because with the concussion test he was going to be out for the game, so you might as well get a fresh body on. McIntosh 78, Prestia 76, Baker 72, Rioli 72, Short 70. You can just see here that they are just dead scores all around. McAuliffe 65, glad that he did really well, especially a good last quarter for 24. So hopefully he can do stuff in the bye rounds, as he's needed on field to a limited degree, I would say almost. Broad, Bolter, Campbell 55, so he's back from that knee issue. Floston, Cumberland, Brown, Sonsi, Miller, Lafau. Lafau did basically nothing other than this little bit of a spurt here. You'll see where he had in this little spurt here, where is it, here to here, in the space of 4 minutes he effectively had 28 points, and then that was about it. And in the space of 2 minutes he effectively had 24 points. So that was just all he did all day. Steely Green, we talk about Ryan. Then we go over to Essendon and Jordan Ridley. 132, he was absolutely massive, just intercepting everything, doing a lot of the, I think he had a lot of the kick-ins, I want to say, but I don't think Richmond had many kick-ins, to be honest. 14 kick-ins, so there were actually a lot of kick-ins. Let me actually just check for Essendon who had the kick-ins, as I think Jordan Ridley had quite a fair few. He had 3, let's see how many Martin had. Martin had 2, so then it would be Redmond that would have had a lot of them, I'm guessing. Redmond had 2, and then Martin would have had a lot then, sure. No, not Martin. McGrath would have had a lot then, surely. McGrath had 5. Why are they giving McGrath 5 is the real question. He did use it at 84%, and 3 turnovers, so yeah, McGrath did alright. But yeah, Ridley was amazing on his sort of season debut, I guess you would call it. 42, 36, 35, 19. Pretty good splits there. Hind was amazing in the last quarter. I think you'll see a 50-point last quarter. So he was tracking all right with a 60 in the first 3 quarters, but a huge last quarter bumped him up to a 110. Zach Merrick, 29, 21, 29, 30. He kicked a goal that was huge in the end in the last quarter to basically just kill off the Richmond charge that was happening. But yeah, he was pretty good all throughout the day. I don't think he had too many CBAs from memory, but I could be wrong about that. Let me just double check that. 1 second here. CBAs. Goldstein Merritt. Merritt had 23 out of a possible 26, so it was actually quite high for it all. As he was the second highest. He was the highest CBA getter outside of Goldstein on the whole ground. So he actually was in there quite a lot. But who knows, next game it seems like he may have a game where he doesn't go in there. As it seems like I don't think Caldwell was in there as much. Caldwell was in there for 9, Perkins in there for 9, and then Stringer in there for 15. So that's quite an awkward one with the Essendon midfield. Langford 104, Martin 102. He was going really well. 13 minutes into the quarter, got to 102, and I was just like, okay, he's on for a 120 here. No, just a 102. Redmond, Durham, Heppel, Wright, Laverde, Caldwell, McGrath, Goldstein, Stringer, Sardis, Graham, Caddy, Perkins, Kelly, Guelphy, Mackay, Davey, and Cox. No one here really, you can say, is actually fancy relevant. Caldwell is maybe a little bit, but aside from that, I don't really think so. He just had a really good second quarter. Aside from that, those averages amount to 14 a quarter or so. So 14 a quarter is 56, and you're not picking a guy that's going to score 56. So Caldwell's kind of I would say, not really relevant player. McGrath as well, 66. So it just shows that he with Ridley and also Nick Martin down back and also Redmond, I think McGrath's role becomes almost a little bit obsolete for scoring, and I just don't know why they even have the ball in his hands in the kick-ins, to be honest with you. I think it'd much rather be in Ridley or Martin's hands, or even Redmond to a certain extent, as the whole goal of McGrath is it seems to bomb it long and get the metres gained. And that's pretty much it. Sardis came on for Nick Cox, who has an injury as well in other news, and so he came on and he played all right. He scored a 61 in basically 3 quarters, which is pretty good. But yeah, hopefully he doesn't go up too much in his average, as I would like to see it stay roughly where it is. And he also didn't attend any CBAs, which is sort of a good thing. But let's just check here. 16 disposals, 6 marks, 1 tackle, and yeah, it was pretty good. As well as what am I trying to check for him? I'm trying to check his overall season. 46.4 fantasy points. So he's going to be priced probably, I would suspect, around that 400 to 450k if this continues. And that should be good for him, especially if he gets another couple of sub-games, as next year he should start to migrate into the first team. You would expect, being such a high pick, I would expect him to get some full games sometime soon. But anyway, that is the video there, going through the Richmond vs Essendon game, and I will see you guys in the next recap. Bye, guys.